don't know about you guys, but it's like, why when you're in your early 20s? For me, I was drinking, smoking, doing everything you can imagine, you know? Hi, everyone. You're watching The Light of Care, the podcast about our company, FirstLight Home Care of San Francisco and the Peninsula. Our goal is to provide comfort, company, and respite care to elders. I'm your host, Lynn Carteris, and in today's episode, we're talking about a crucial but often overlooked role in aging well, care management. Joining us is Laura Callagy, the Director of Care Management at Lassahn Fiduciary Services. She has a master's degree in gerontology, so not only does she lead care teams, but she deeply understands the aging journey. Welcome, Laura.
Thank you.
So I'm going to ask you a couple questions. We just want to hear what you have to say. Can you tell us about your background in gerontology, and how has your education in gerontology shaped the way you approach care management for seniors?
So I went to Santa Clara University and I got my degree in sociology and a certificate in gerontology, and then went on to San Francisco State, got my master's in gerontology. I went to UC Berkeley, got a certificate in aging and mental health, and also to University of Colorado and got a certificate in palliative care. Wow. So I've been doing care management now or working in the elderly community for probably 30 years, and care management for the last 15.
I want you to talk about 30 years of doing this and what inspired you to do this business. Did you have a family member that you helped? I mean, I want you to talk about that, because I think it's always interesting to me to find out why people come into this business.
The main reason I got into gerontology was because of my mom. She was a hospice nurse when we were growing up. So we grew up with her going out and helping people. And, you know, we'd often get up in the morning and I'd say to my dad, well, where's Mom? Oh, you know, Mr. Smith down the hill, you know, he's passing and Mom's with him, you know, as he transitions. So it was kind of a natural thing, death, you know, in our home. Not like, you know, we were still young, but that's how we grew up. And that's my inspiration to get into gerontology.
That's impressive. How does care management help improve quality of life and the outcomes for older adults?
Well, I think care management kind of encompasses everybody's needs. So we do a lot of help with coordinating care at home or medication, advocating for them at the doctor, taking them to appointments. I mean, you name it, we help with their pets. I mean, anything they may need, we are involved in.
What unique challenges do older adults face that care managers are trained to address?
I think just the natural aging process, you know, people's needs change. They may want to stay at home. They have family that live out of state. So we just help coordinate to make sure that they're comfortable and well cared for.
What role do you play in transitions, like moving from hospital to home or home to assisted living? Do you do any of that kind of processing?
Yeah, we do a lot of that. In fact, yeah, a lot of our work is helping people that are hospitalized get back home with care. Or if they're at home for a period of time and need to move, we do all of the moving and, you know, down to coordinating the packing of their belongings and making sure that things are moved appropriately. So pretty much, yeah, anything that they may need.
So is this like in addition to working with family or people that don't have a lot of family in town? So they call you to help their
It's
adult,
both.
You know,
There's
parents.
A lot of people whose family are here, and we always say, let you be the family and us do the work. Take the pressure off of you, and then we can do that part. And when you go visit your mom or your dad, you can visit with them and enjoy your time. Because a lot of times they get caught up, and it's a full-time job to do that, and then they don't get to spend time with their family.
Do you see a big difference in how that works? Like I can see, look, I have a lot of friends who have cared for their parents. It's exhausting. And that's obviously why we come in as caregiving company, that, you know, we can help these families care for their, you know, their parents or aunts or uncles. And so I'm curious how you see the difference in when you come in versus just the family trying to handle the whole thing.
Yeah, well, I think the knowledge that we have and the resources available within the communities is helpful. A lot of times the family members, they mean well and they want to do a lot of things, but they just don't have that knowledge and what may be available to assist, and then they get overwhelmed quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we definitely see that often. So that's my next question is, how do you help families overcome that, overwhelmed feeling and trying to be calm?
Yeah, so usually what I like to do is meet in person with them, the client, and then as well as the family, and just we have an assessment packet. We spend some time going over. Well, first of all, I let them kind of be the driver and say what they feel they need, and then go through my assessment, which comes down to almost every aspect of their care, including equipment they may need at home or medication. Because we have a lot of resources that we can help with, like if they don't remember to take their pills, we know where we can get a machine. Those types of things that are super helpful. But I like to establish a relationship first, so they can trust me and make sure that, that they're comfortable with what we have to offer.
So how many meetings do you have with a family before you actually start bringing in people? Just one, or do you...
It depends on the family, but usually we do that main assessment, and then I write up a report to kind of a synopsis of the ideas that we have of how we can be helpful. And I always say, let's tick off the first 3 and then move down the list so that people don't get overwhelmed quickly. And usually the top 3 are the ones that they need the most.
Exactly. Oh, this is great. So how can care management help with long-term planning considerations?
A lot of people now are being proactive in getting us involved. So we go in early and meet with them, and sometimes they don't need my help right away. And I visit them quarterly, just keep my eyes on them. And so if for some reason something were to come up, it's so much easier just to get started. And, for the long term, if someone falls and breaks their hip, otherwise we're fine. It's like, oh, perfect. I know who to call and we can help establish things that they may need.
Yeah, I think that's a part of why we're doing this podcast is for this exact reason. So when mom does fall, they go through this process, get her better, and know if something happens again, they're in place, they're set, and they have resources to go to immediately.
Right.
So that's awesome. What do you find the most rewarding part of your role as director of care management in the?
I really like to work with the clients. I really find that rewarding to be able to help or just have somebody for them to talk to. I took someone to the doctor today. She's 96 years old, and we had a good chat in the car. It's very rewarding to be able to assist people, but also just appreciate their lives.
So what advice would you give to adult children navigating care for their aging parents for the first time?
My main advice is, don't try to take it all on yourself. I think it's, you feel obligated as a child or a relative to really get involved, but oftentimes it gets pretty overwhelming very quickly. And there's a lot of resources where you can get some assistance and still be involved and have an opinion, but take it off of your plate a little bit.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, I work with a wonderful group of women at Lassahn. We're all female based company, super knowledgeable and a lot of fun. And I think that there's so many people aging now and so many different needs, especially here in the Bay Area, that it's good to have the services and like know about FirstLight, just be able to really advocate for the community, elderly people.
How can viewers reach out to you, learn more if they're interested in working with a care manager?
Oh, so yeah, our office, Lassahn Fiduciary Services, is based in San Mateo on Pioneer Court, and anyone can call our office anytime. 650-578-9030 is our office number.
Website?
LassahnnFiduciary.com.
A big thank you to Laura for sharing such valuable insights on how care management can make aging safer, smoother, and more supported for everyone involved. We've got more interviews on the way. For now, a huge thank you for all of my team involved in bringing this podcast to life. For more information, check out our website at firstlighthomecare.com and follow us on our social media pages. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.